Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Susan. A few days ago, someone asked me, what are some good yoga poses to do if you have a tight lower back? And then I thought that might be a good class to do. So today we're doing things that might help if you have a tight lower back, but even if you don't, I hope you will enjoy today's class. Let's get started by coming to tabletop position. So we're coming up to our hands and knees here. Our hands are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips, and we're going to do some cat-cow. So we're going to arch our back up for the cat, and then lower our tummy down, coming through our shoulders for the cow. Let's do this a few times. See if you can do it with your breath. Exhaling cat and inhaling cow. Let's do a few more on your own, along with your breath. Let's do maybe one more of these, the cat and the cow. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to lift our, let's say that's our left arm, we're going to thread it under our right arm. And maybe you can get the side of your head down to the mat. If you can't, it's okay. If you want, you can reach your right arm up a little bit, still on the mat. So this is a shoulder stretch, but it's also a kind of a nice little stretch for your lower back. And we'll just hold this just a little bit longer. Putting your right hand back in front of your face if you moved it, and then bringing your left arm up again and back down to the mat. We'll do the other side, lifting up our right arm and threading it under our left. Maybe the right side of your head can come down to the mat. Maybe you want to move your left arm up a little bit. And we're going to hold this for a little bit on this side. We'll put our left hand back in front of our face, lifting our right arm back up, putting it back down to the mat. Okay, maybe moving your hands a little bit more forward. We're coming into downward facing dog. So your hands can be a little bit more forward, not just right under your shoulders. We'll tuck our toes under and lift our hips up into the air for downward facing dog. Now it's fine if your heels don't reach the mat. And having your fingers spread nice and wide here in downward facing dog. Feeling like you're pushing the earth away with your hands. Maybe your head can be between your upper arms. And then we'll stay just for not much longer. We're going to come into plank pose. Shifting your weight forward now. See if you can make a nice straight line with your body in plank pose. Now, plank really is not a stretch, but it's good for core building. And sometimes people have a lower back pain if their core isn't very strong. So this is a nice one to build some core strength. We're going to put our knees back down to the mat, lower down on the tummy. Coming into Sphinx pose. Here we are with our elbows underneath our shoulders. Forearms are down on the ground. Again, you can spread your fingers nice and wide here. This nice, comfy little pose. Sphinx pose. Pointing your toes back. Pointing your toes back so much that maybe your knees kind of come up off of the mat. Getting some energy flowing. All right, we're going to put our hands underneath our shoulders and kind of rise up now. Still pointing your toes back, coming into cobra and back down. Let's do that again. If you want, you can try upward facing dog where you're on the tops of your feet and your knees are up off of the mat, and then we'll come back down. Let's do it one more time, maybe cobra this time, and then we're coming into child's pose. So for child's pose, your knees can either be together. I like mine a little ways apart. You can overlap your big toes and back, and then you're kind of sitting back on your heels, sort of. We can stack our forearms and put our forehead on our forearms. Oh, this is a nice stretch for your lower back here. Let's stay here for a little bit. Maybe thinking about our breathing. Just take a breath in and sigh it out. Maybe releasing a little bit more. Oh, just a little bit longer here in this nice resting pose, child's pose. All right, we're going to come back to our tabletop and then back to downward dog. So again, if you want to move your hands up a little bit, tucking your toes back to downward facing dog. We'll stay here in downward dog a little bit. And then we're going to lift our left leg up into the air, bringing your knee towards your nose, stepping your left foot between your hands. Now, if you want, you can widen your stance here a little bit because we're going to come up into crescent, and it's a little bit easier if your feet are more like they're on train tracks instead of a tightrope, if that makes sense. Then we're just going to rise up into crescent. I'm just going to face this way. I'm facing you. But you did not need to change. Okay. All right. So here we are, crescent pose. We have our knee lined up over our ankle, and we can bring our arms up into the air for crescent pose. Maybe your hands together above your head, and maybe just a smidge of a back bend, not much. Maybe just looking up where your wall and ceiling come together. And then we'll frame our foot again. Sorry, I'm going to just turn this way. All right. And then we're going to step back into plank again. So here we are in plank. We're going to hold plank just for not long, a little bit. Back to downward dog. All right. Now we're lifting up our right leg behind us. We'll shift our weight forward, bringing our knee towards our nose, and then put your foot between your hands. Again, if you want a little wider stance of your feet, rising up into crescent pose on this side. Let's see, that would be your right thigh. See if you can get it kind of 90 degrees here if you want with your knee bent. And then we're going to bring our arms up into the air. Maybe your palms come together. Maybe looking up just a little bit here, reaching up and looking up towards your wall and ceiling. And then we'll frame our foot again, stepping back into our plank, putting down our knees, and then putting down the rest of our body back into the Sphinx pose. All right, very nice. Let's just stay here just for not long, a little bit. And then we're going to do a few things on our back. So we're going to come to your back however you want. All right, very good. All right, we're going to do the figure 4. So we're putting our left ankle on top of our right knee. Our left knee goes out to the side, flexing your foot here, flexing your left foot, which actually helps support your left knee in this pose. And maybe you're getting enough stretch just like this, so you don't have to do anything else. But if you want, you can reach between your legs, hold the back of your right thigh here in the figure 4 pose. And if you want, you could straighten your leg. All right, very nice. Figure 4. Let's hold this a little bit longer. Oh yeah, this is a good stretch to do even, it's a good one to do for your legs, or it is a lower back stretch as well. We're going to put this back down and cross the other way. Right ankle on left knee. Right knee goes out to the side. Flex your right foot. reaching between your hands if you want, between your legs if you want to, and holding the back of your left thigh this time, maybe straightening your left leg. If that works for you, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can. We'll hold this for a little bit. Okay, very nice. Let's put that down. Now this next one, I just realized I'm gonna hit the wall with my hands, so I'm gonna move over a little bit. All right, for this next one, we have our arms out like a T. Our palms are into the earth. We're going to bring our knees in, and then we're bringing both knees, over to the left. And it's okay if your knees do not reach the ground. Maybe they do, or maybe they get a little closer. You can always put like a block or something under your knees here if you want. Looking up at the sky, if your knees are to the left, you could turn your head to the right. So you're turning your head the opposite way of your knees. Now the reason we have our arms like a T with our palms into the earth is sometimes when I see people do this pose, they don't realize their upper back and shoulders are supposed to be on the ground, and they just kind of turn to the side. Well, that's not it. That's like taking a nap. All right, we want to be in a little twist here. All right, let's bring both knees in again. Thinking about your upper back and shoulders still connected to the ground. Your palms are connected to the ground with your arms like a T. And then we're bringing both knees to the right this time. Your knees are to the right, you can turn your head to the left. So you're turning your head the opposite way of your knees. And we'll just stay here just for a little bit. All right, very good. Just a little bit longer. Okay, coming back to the middle. Let's put our hands on our knees. We're going to bring our knees around in a circle. Let's go opposite directions today. So we're bringing our knees out and back in. Let's do this a few times. Out and back in, around in a circle, around a few times. And then the other direction with our knees rotating. And then let's hold on to both knees and just kind of rock side to side a little bit here. Nice little feeling on your lower back here with this one. Let's put our hands back on our kneecaps and bring both knees around in the same direction here, rotating around again. A few times around. And then we'll go around the other way here. All right, very nice. Let's come into a tight ball, taking a breath in. And we'll extend nice and long on the mat here for our resting pose, Shavasana. Let's take a breath in through our nose. Sigh it out. And when you're sighing out your breath, feel like you're melting into the earth. Letting gravity take you into the ground. Let's do that again. Taking a breath in, sighing it out. Melting into the ground. All right, very nice. You can stay here for as long as you want. Or if you're done, roll to one side. We'll come up to seated. And let's bring our arms up on the inhale. We'll bring our hands together, bringing our hands to our heart. And we'll give each other the greeting of Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today in Yoga with Susan, and I hope to see you again sometime. You can click the like button if you want, or click subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again. Bye now.